In history, there have been many leaders, and each of these leaders had their own style of how they would impose this leadership. From the charismatic style of Bill Clinton to the autocratic style of former New York Times editor Hal Raines. And today we're going to ask the question, what's the right style of leadership for you? To answer that, we're heading down to the local firm to interview engineers in various disciplines and leadership styles to get their opinion. Hi, how you going?
Yeah, yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you. Can you give us a brief introduction of yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Matt. I work as a civil environmental engineer at a local firm. The firm there's approximately about sort of 30 workers there, engineers, architects, all that sort of, ranging from graduate engineers all out to senior engineers.
Now, we're working with so many people, you must have someone who looks after the management and the leadership. Can you give us a brief?
Yep, there's an overall leader or boss of the firm. He's definitely classified as an autocratic leader or authoritarian, both the same thing really. He's very stubborn in his ways, makes all the final decisions based purely on his personal feelings and emotions and sort of knowledge based on the project. And overall, this obviously affects the creativity and the efficiency and ingenuity of the final decision. And it's not just big decisions, it's little things, firm related or for client proposals. So it's,
And can you give us the pros and cons of this style of leadership?
Yeah, obviously there's pros and cons to everything, but with this style I think the pros are definitely the fact for graduate engineers especially, I've really noticed. They can come in sort of fresh face and he just tells them what to do and when to do it. He sets really strict deadlines, which is I think really good about his leadership style. So with the graduates, he just goes and tells them to do this and they can go and focus on learning the work and the actual engineering side of things. And obviously very similarly is the senior engineers, same thing, they're highly skilled and skill specific, so he tells them what to do and when to have it done by and they can go and focus on the engineering, not the complexities of the job.
Alright, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you going today?
Good, thank you.
Can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm an electrical engineer and I'm working in an engineering team.
Can you tell us a bit about your team leader?
My team leader is kind of classical hand-free style. And, he always gives the regular feedback and give us the maximum authority to work on the task.
Are there any other benefits to having this style of leadership?
Yeah, because my team is always do some design work and the leader gave us the maximum authority to working on the task, so we can really do some blue sky thinking and create some great idea on the project.
Surely this has some negative impacts. Is there any you can give me?
Yeah, this requires a very this style requires the team member have high experience, high skill, and high educated, and need to do the work, need to know what the task is and the objective of the task. And also if the leader become lazy and we all don't know what to do.
And do you think this is a suitable style of leadership for an engineering team?
Yeah, for engineering team, especially for the kind of design, the team doing some design work, this is the good style for this kind of team, because can always give the freedom to the team member to have some great idea.
Alright, thank you for your time. Hi, how are you going today?
Not too bad, yourself?
Good, thanks. Can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm a leader of a 5-person design team. I kind of think of myself as a bit of a democratic leader. I like to take everyone's ideas into account when making decisions. And when I do make a decision, I like to keep everyone informed into why I made the decision, in case any of the team members are unsure why I actually made that decision.
And are there any advantages to this style of leadership?
I think there's plenty of advantages to this style of leadership. Some of them are, if there's a really complex problem, they can be solved quite easily with group discussions. But by myself, I might have difficulty or might not come up with a very good solution.
And what about disadvantages?
Sometimes it takes a long time to come to get everyone's ideas, for everyone to express their ideas. it can be a bit of a time overhead with some of the solutions that we come up with to some of our problems.
And do you think this time overhead would get increased largely when you have a bigger team?
I think even if you had like a couple more people, it would be almost impossible to get everyone's ideas. I just wouldn't have enough time to listen to everyone at meetings we get to on.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, no problems.
Hi, how are you going today?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you. Can you tell us a bit about yourself and your team leader?
Yep, I'm a graduate architectural engineer, working for a relatively large team of about 10. Our current team leader is a bit of a charismatic leader. He's a real people person. He's got good charm, good personality, really easy person to work for.
Okay. And can you tell us any advantages of this style of leadership?
Yeah, well, he's a really enthusiastic leader and energetic in the way he leads. That really helps motivate the rest of the team and keeps a good, productive working environment. Not only this, he's good with dealing with other clients. He's really good when presenting a proposal or an argument, and is really convincing.
Are there any disadvantages to having this style of leader?
Yep, well, because he's such a confident person in the way he leads, he tends to make a lot of the big decisions and take some big risks. That shows he doesn't really show enough belief in his team. So really that comes down to he needs to make better use of his human resources. Not only that, because of that, the whole team sort of rests on his shoulders. So if he was to leave the team, the rest of the team could be compromised and wouldn't really know what to do. So, but I think as long as he stays in the team and is committed, then we should be successful.
Yeah, certainly. Now, how appropriate do you think this is for an engineering team?
Yeah, well, I think it's probably more appropriate for a larger team if it was, say, a CEO or a manager of a large firm. But some aspects of the style would be appropriate for a small team as well.
All right. Thanks for your time. Hi, how are you going today?
Yeah, good, thanks. How about yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you. Can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yep, my name's Stephen and I'm the Chief Occupational Health and Safety Officer at my engineering firm. At our engineering firm, for us, safety is our #1 priority, and we have a safety first, zero harm outlook on all engineering jobs, both on and off site.
And can you tell us about your style of leadership?
Yeah, I'd like to see myself as a bureaucratic leader. For most safety, there's rules and regulations and procedures that need to follow, and a bureaucratic leader follows this leadership style perfectly and follows all the safety. I need to be really controlling over what's happening.
And what are the advantages of being a bureaucratic leader?
Yeah, it's just, the advantages is knowing what procedures have to be set for everyone, just controlling procedures and procedures and rules.
And the disadvantages of this?
Yeah, unfortunately not everyone sees safety as such a great topic as myself, so the disadvantages are that some people will not like my controlling way of setting out these procedures, and also having to put these new procedures onto older staff is a bit of a disadvantage. And finally, usually I find that enthusiasm and creativity drops because I'm trying to set out these rules and procedures for people to carry out, and can sometimes delay decisions, which isn't always everyone's cup of tea.
And how appropriate do you think this style of leadership is for an engineering team?
Yeah, so I think in all engineering teams, this style of leadership is required. Across all sites, on and off site, so in an office or out on a work site, you need a bureaucratic leader to instill the safety first mentality. And probably out of all the leadership styles, bureaucratic leadership is this style for that.
All right, thanks for your time.
Yeah, no worries.
There you have it, folks. It seems there's no style that's more appropriate than any of the others. Each style has aspects that are both beneficial and detrimental to engineering. So it's important to take into account job requirements, team experience, and the type of project when determining the right style for you. That's all we have for now. Thank you and goodbye.